Hi, it's Alex from Eureka Languages here, and today we're going to discuss the question about when an accent becomes a problem. English is widely spoken all around the world, so it comes as no surprise that there will be a very wide range of accents when you encounter English-speaking people all around the world. So, for example, if you were to meet someone from Sydney and he speaks with an Australian accent, you don't tell him, hey, your English is wrong because you don't sound like someone from London or from England. You just accept that he's Australian, of course he's going to have an Australian accent. When should you allow someone to get away with mispronouncing a word because, oh, he has an accent? And when do you say, sorry, but you are making a mistake there? Now, in Singapore, where I'm from originally, the vast majority of people are unable to make the TH digraph. So they cannot pronounce words like this, that, with, through. You get the idea. And then they will say this, that, true, with. It's not a major mispronunciation, I can still understand them perfectly. So, is it simply them having an accent, or are they making a mistake? And with the older generation in Singapore, they tend to transpose their L's and R's. So, for example, when they want to say general election, they will say general erection. So if you were to ask most Singaporeans if it's okay to say erection instead of election, they would say no, of course not, that's clearly a mistake. But then what about those Singaporeans who say this and that instead of this and that? So why is it okay in one case and not okay in the other? The bottom line is, it really depends on the company you keep. If everyone in your company speaks the same way, and everyone understands each other perfectly, then there is no problem! But there are times when a very strong accent could cause a problem. When you are speaking, for example, with a foreigner from another country and he's not used to your accent, and a very strong accent in that case could impede communication if the two of you simply cannot understand each other. And then there's the other situation whereby the other party does understand you, but it could leave a bad impression. Say, for example, if you're going for a job interview, and if your accent sends out the wrong message that you are uneducated, that you can't speak English properly, or that it implies something about your social class or your background, then that clearly works against you, and that may be a very good time for you to consider if you ought to modify your accent to avoid finding yourself in that kind of situation. So, if you are representing your company at a conference or at a sales pitch, the onus is then on you to represent your company in the best possible light. That is certainly not the time for you to think about how you can express your personality or your character or be yourself. That time belongs to the company, and you jolly well speak the way they want you to speak. So there you go, that's a very simple answer to a very complex question. It really boils down to the situation you're in and the company you keep. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Cheers!